My work in West Nile started in 2015. We had so many refugees coming in at the time. Some days as many as 1,400 people coming into West Nile from Southern Sudan.
I actually avoided going to Moyo for a few years after being invited. To be honest, I was scared. It's on the border of South Sudan. I knew there's some conflict there. It's already far to get to northern Uganda, like in Gulu. You have to cross the ferry to get there, so just so many challenges to even get there. So I really put it off for a while.
Before that, West Nile region, like most of the northern part of the country, experienced a lot of conflict. Initially from the Lord's Resistance Army, which was a government force, a lot of rebel activity within West Nile from people affiliated to Idi Amin, and then the recurrent conflict in South Sudan. For many years, a lot of people from West Nile were actually refugees in South Sudan.
The story about my parents was not an easy one. When this current government captured powers from Amin, because it was not peaceful transition, they were pushed to Sudan. So you have to run for your life, you have to make sure that your family is safe.
For me, I was born while in transit, while my parents were, because of the civil war, they were running to Sudan. So I was born on the way. So my early years, I think up to 6 years, I was in South Sudan, that time Sudan. So we came back to Uganda in 1986.
And this time it was the opposite.
You know, Father Robert and Sister Rosemary, they kept telling me that I needed to go, and so I finally did. And once I got there, I really found that this was an area of just tremendous need. Other areas, especially after the war with Kony in northern Uganda, you'd see a lot of other nonprofits and NGOs coming to work in these areas. I mean, when you go to Moyo, you don't see that.
When I came to see my mom in this very hospital, that was the tragedy occurred. There was a mother who was who was bleeding, a teacher. And that teacher was taken in to be operated, I think something which now I know as antepartum hemorrhage, somebody bleeding when he's pregnant. And there was nobody to operate her. After a short while, I saw people were crying. There was blood drop. As a young child, that went to my brain. I couldn't forget it. And they told me the mother died with the baby inside. So the mother and baby died of this English teacher. Then I asked my dad what should have been done. He said if there was a doctor, they will operate and remove the baby. Both of them will be alive. Then that was the end of my dream of being a lawyer. I said I want to be a doctor, and a doctor who will do such operations.
While infrastructure is improving, we still have a lot of challenges with water systems. We have a lot of challenges with power for lighting, let alone power for running sophisticated equipment that is sometimes required to save mothers and newborns. Access is improving as well, but there's still a lot of communities that live a considerable distance away from the facility.
Tell me a little bit about your family.
Hey. I had 2 children plus my husband. I had my first child when I was 21 years. When the pain started, we called for boda to take me from here to Eremi. After reaching to Eremi, I think there are some problems because there was a delay. So reaching from morning up to 12, no delivery. So they were like, they are going to call for ambulance to come and take me to Moyo General Hospital.
One of the problems of these communities as far as health is concerned is the transport. When it comes to referral of patients to another level for management.
One time, an emergency was brought to the hospital, but because there was completely no water, we thought the best option was to refer this patient. So a referral was prepared, and we got the ambulance to take this patient to Arua. Unfortunately, on arrival, the patient did not make it. Up to now, I am still being haunted because if there was water, I think that person would have been saved.
So referral has become something difficult because here we don't have ambulance near us. You call the ambulance from Moyo. Sometimes the ambulance will be taken somewhere. So the ambulance came and took her to hospital, but we lost that baby because we don't know at what time the labor has begun. Now, that is a challenge for us also.
Especially if somebody's pregnant, walking for an hour or two in the hot climate up north. Labor usually starts at night, security in the night. So having facilities closer, or at least having a referral system that can bring the mothers closer, becomes increasingly important.
At night when you are alone, and if the difficult delivery comes, you really suffer. Now you are alone, nobody to come for assistance. Some mothers need you to at least to be two. Difficult delivery is going to be difficult for you as it is difficult for the mother also.
Still there is no delivery, so they took me and they do Caesar from there. Since the baby was tired, the baby started crying. Afterwards, that is sickness, we call it conversion. The baby is unconscious. See, he cannot play, he can't open his eye, he's just there. So we stay there for one week. I called doctor. I told him that, really doctor, my baby is going to get up. He said like, yes, this baby will get up.
So I remember when pipeline came, Jimmy was here, so of course I never knew her. The first thing I told her, I need power to run all this equipment. So if you don't have it, you'll do your best, but find the babies will die. And with this, we also have attachments to these babies, much as they come. So it's really emotional seeing babies die, Yeah, it's sad.
When I started to learn about the tremendous need and the high rate of, both maternal and neonatal mortality, it was really heart-wrenching. As a mother who has 3 children, it really pained me to think about, dying in childbirth or losing a child. And yet that's so common.
We can't cry with the mothers, but deep down it's really hurting. And most times they look at us as their hope. If I won't do it, then who will do it?
After the discharge, we came back home. The baby was playing well. You can't even imagine he's like this. He was actually well, playing, rolling. Now, I never knew he was with this kind of sickness.
Her first child has a lot of special needs and requires continuous care.
Now the problem there is I don't have doctor's number. I have no one to talk to him about my child. So we stayed there. We stay like that up to when I have the other child.
Christine's an orphan herself, so she doesn't have help. Having to take care of Destiny is really challenging. She has a second child too, and had complications with that delivery as well. And
when I was with this baby in the ward, and then the other one is in the premature room, I was really not happy. What I was thinking is since I'm orphan, what am I going to do? I cannot even go back to my parents' home. What I can do is to stay with this husband, and he is also poor like me. How am I going to pay my children's school fees? How am I going to handle this situation? I was really there, always thinking about these things. When I close my eyes like this to sleep, the structure of that small baby will come on my face. No sleeping for me. I stay for 1 week without sleeping.
And yet, she just, as much as, you know, we were able to do some things to help, like, there's just a long way to go.
When I came, there were a lot of challenges. The inability to provide sufficient and consistent utilities, especially water and electricity. You know, a hospital without water and electricity is sick itself. So a sick person going to a sick hospital, that is what I call double tragedy.
Every morning she doesn't have a choice. She has to walk to go get water.
My challenge up to today is the distance for us to get water is a bit far. Since this one cannot help himself, and the water there is a borehole. After reaching there, you start waiting for the water because there are many people. This whole area here, we are getting water from that side, up there in the bush. Sometimes when my grandfather is not at home, you leave these children here. Mostly this one, you leave him lying inside there. He cannot help himself. Sometimes you may find that he poop inside and he starts rolling in the poop.
I have a personal experience of how I've lost my sister through a broken system of health. I have seen it. When it came to time for delivery, my sister battled for her life. A normal delivery, a normal Caesar section, that should have, in any circumstance, not taken anybody's life. My only sister succumbed to it. When the baby was brought out, the baby felt like not normal, according to the explanations. And the baby never lasted an hour. The baby passed on. But after the burial, I remember we left and came back to Moyo. We left her in the bed, on the bed in the hospital. We never knew, I never knew I would lose my sister at any circumstance. Because when I left her, just because of Caesar, I expected she would recover like any other mother. I will never wish any woman, not any woman, to go through that.
So while government has made a lot of investments in the health sector, and I can see the difference now from 15 years ago when I started to work in the public health space, the needs that we have on the ground are still significant.
So Pipeline's mission is to strengthen communities living in extreme poverty in northern Uganda. We serve as a community catalyst, meaning we listen and learn about the problems of the people in the community, and then we recruit others to help support, leverage their expertise and resources to help provide, solutions and impact.
I think one of the impact that Pipeline can make, especially in Moyo, and I can already see that growing, is to make Moyo Hospital a center of excellence for that level of care, which is a district hospital level facility.
Why should people care about Moyo and this place and these people?
Yeah, because there are innocent people dying. There are innocent people dying. How long are we going to wait that we can have a better roads?
The issues of home delivery, which has been occurring because of no transport, the availability of tricycles made our people now to be transported to nearby health center for delivery. My sincere appreciation to Pipeline for coming up with the tricycle ambulance initiative to this locality, as if they have known what had happened to this place.
It will take time to fix, but we can't wait that time to come. How many people would we lose? We just have to do what we need to do now.
As myself, I'm now a regional trainer and a national trainer. So sometimes when the discussions around newborn care, I'm called at the national level to give in my inputs. Because of what we do here, it's really unique, and the support Pipeline gives us, I believe other facilities in this country have never received such. So we also don't take this for granted. We think the support we give us, we need to also give you feedback and tell you exactly how your input is changing lives, because we are touching so many lives.
What is now most important is to have peace. And Uganda is experiencing that. That means we are all in the direction of making things better.
A week or two after you delivered us the CTG and ultrasound machine, we had a near miss where we worked on one single mother who had ruptured uterus for almost 12 hours. The team worked on her and saved her. And everybody in the team said, if we had not detected that she was bleeding, and thanks to the bedside ultrasound, after just 1 week, to our disbelief, we saw her walking. And because of what we have, we actually become like a center for medical tourism. We get people moving from central region, from eastern region, wants to get help in Moyo. Moyo will be an island of healthcare excellency.
What is important is how can we make these services reach to the needy?
I want them to go to school, because what I know is that if you educate your child, you will not be like the way you are.
What I wish the most is that more people hear these stories and make the choice to join us and help these people that are very capable of making a difference and in the lives of their own families and the lives of others in their community.